Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Schway at Schwarbage, a Batman, Bat fan, Bat review, Batplot, Batcast. I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I am staring at the Wikipedia page for a wonderful piece of media.
Is it the Batman versus Dracula?
No, it's I've Got Batman in My Basement. Did you guys know that I've Got Batman in My Basement premiered 1 month ago, 30 years ago?
Wow, we just
We missed
we
it.
missed the
Darn.
big
Wait, is it
anniversary.
is it 1 month ahead? 1 month like before recording or airing?
One month before recording.
Cool, cool, cool. So it'll be a month and a week.
Yeah. For you guys.
Anyway, yeah. So Quentin brought us into it very smoothly, I must add. Today we are reviewing the Batman the Animated Series classic, Batman in My Basement.
Or I've got Batman in my basement to use the full title.
Yeah, but only nerds do that.
Yeah.
This is
So uh between between all like the special episodes we've been doing where we've kind of broken our formula of a comic and a show, and the fact that I watched a lot of Beware the Batman recently, um the Batman the Animated Series intro hit me especially well this time.
I hadn't
Shit goes
watched it
hard.
in a while either. It's a good intro.
Hmm.
A banger, a classic. It's a star. It could have its own show, the Batman intro show.
Would the intro for that be better, or would they like just air an episode of Batman the Animated Series?
What would the outro for Batman the Animated Series, the intro show, look like?
I think that is. I
This
think
is
quite literally that show will be the last thing to air before the universe ends. I think that's the last step.
That's the singularity, right there.
I don't think that's what the singularity is.
I think that's the singular point at which the we reach the event horizon. That's it. Before we walk over into the next universe.
what does
I can't wait.
I'm not even gonna pretend that makes any sense to me, but very true. Very, very true. And very relevant to this episode.
Oh yes, such prolific
How?
themes.
Um so after that intro,
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode peaks with the intro.
yeah.
After the intro,
Well,
the smile slowly
I can
dissolved.
I like this first part. Let's give credit to these two. So there's two goons and they steal a like very valuable and fancy egg.
Yeah, isn't it
thing.
like a ruby Fabergé egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's glowing like it's radioactive for some reason. I don't think anyone should be handling this volatile egg.
I thought it was gonna give one of the kids superpowers.
That would be very cool, but too cool for this episode. I just want to mention. Sorry to derail this a little bit. I just want to ask the question: is this the first time we've said we'll get to it and we actually got to it? Because we have mentioned this.
No,
episode
no,
before.
it's not.
Oh, what was it?
You're forgetting about the elongated cast.
Oh,
So
true.
this is the first time all of us have got to something. But me and Jack did do we did talk about the elongated man, which is something we said we would get
Okay.
to.
I'm glad we're
Yeah.
knocking things out of the queue.
Mhm.
There.
I'm glad we're getting through things one by one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
So these goons dress up as like window cleaners, and they just ride up one of those weird side building elevators up to where the cool egg is, and then they use like a Mission Impossible esque like grabber claw gadget to like from outside through the window grab the egg without setting off the
Yeah.
alarm, and I really appreciated that.
They did a good job, and they themselves seem almost surprised at how easy it was, or proud of themselves for how easy it was to get the egg. Until our good friend Batman shows up and starts
I,
beating them up.
Good
I
friend of the
would,
show, Batman.
I would actually argue they were proud of their good job, and then continue to be proud when Batman shows up, because he says something to them, then gets attacked by a bird, and they get away.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he not even land a blow before the bird
No,
shows
No.
up? Okay.
no.
For some reason I thought.
Here's
He gets kind of beat up in this encounter with the
yeah,
bird too.
Oh, he
here's
gets
the
bodied
thing.
by the bird.
Between this and Baby Doll, we are really making Batman the Animated Series Batman look like an incompetent crime fighter.
Well, this is the perfect episode to pick if you want to push that narrative.
If you are a person who hates Batman, if you're the Joker, you would love this episode.
Now, if
Listen,
you're the Penguin,
I'm-
not so much.
Not so much. You. So I think what we've determined is that in terms of power level, both Baby Doll and Scrap could beat Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
They could both dodge the Omega Beam.
I mean, by the transitive property, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's simple
That's
power
crazy.
scaling.
Did you guys know that the goons have names?
Yeah, I did. I remember I wrote down one of them. I wrote down that one that you said,
Oh, I did not.
Strap. But I didn't write down the other one. Oh no, is it Jay?
Jay and Raven, and then the bird is
Raven.
named Scrap.
Oh, the bird is Scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's if we didn't make it clear, Batman kind of gets his ass kicked by a vulture that shows up.
Yeah, Batman fights the Vulture, and it's like that time Bane tried to fight the police in Lego Batman 1.
You mean impossible?
Yeah, as in this is the biggest like smackdown in history, the like greatest one-sided fight ever.
So at this point, you're probably thinking, "I've had enough of Batman. I want to cut to somebody else." Well, luckily for you, enter Sherman and Roberta.
Unfortunately, if you are like me, a person who would have loved a full 20-minute episode of Batman trying to fight a bird, um,
Yep.
sadly, this is not the episode for you.
How would you all introduce Sherman and Roberta?
So here's I have something I'd like to
Okay.
say. This is the official position of the Schway Schwarbage podcast. We don't condone bullying, but this might possibly be the most easily bullyable kid to ever exist.
I'm sorry. Wait. Objection, Your Honor.
Not Willie. No. I'm saying more than Willie Watt.
Whoa.
Okay, that's a bold
Whoa.
take. That is a bold take.
I am
And-
like 80% sure this is Willie Watt's dad.
Holy shit.
Oh wait, no,
Holy
we met
shit.
Willie Watt's dad. Never mind.
Are we sure his name wasn't Sherman?
I do not remember.
But he didn't act. Willie Watt's dad does not act at all like this kid.
Yeah, Willie Watt's dad is
You
a
don't
shitty dude.
think that the like the child like wonder can be drained from your soul as you age into Batman?
could. It could.
I mean, it could, but this guy was pretty set on being a detective. Anyway, yeah. So the kid he has a
The
box
kid,
full
the kid
of,
is named Sherman.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sherman.
Sherman. We're talking about Sherman here.
Yeah, Sherman.
He has a junior detective kit box he ordered in the mail. And I know this was made a long time ago, but it is all just things my phone can do.
Sherman was living in 1992. He didn't have. He needed his phone, or he didn't have a phone for. There were binoculars in there. There's what else?
Binoculars, like a camera, like a walkie-talkie, a wristwatch, and a badge. I don't have a junior detective
Yeah, I
badge
don't
on my
have
phone.
that
but that's
either.
about it.
That's the one thing you're really missing out on.
And then he's hanging out with his friend Roberta, who is I wish she was the main character
She's
of these
a little
weird
bit
kids.
cooler than Sherman. Like she's definitely like a tier above Sherman in terms of coolness.
She also has the stupidest fucking name. And I'm going to say this.
You don't
I'm
like
gonna say
Roberta,
this.
the name?
No.
Like Roberta?
I'm going to say this as a person who has a 7-letter name. I hate most 7-letter names.
I have a 7-letter name. It's awesome.
Okay, all right, yes,
man.
but Sherman and Roberta both fucking suck. Those are stupid names. Let me ask
I
you
will
guys
agree.
this question. Would you name any of your children if you had 30 children to pick from and choose their names? Would Sherman or Roberta, even as you were scraping the bottom of, even if you were told you could only use names that had 7 letters, would you choose Sherman or either of those shitty names?
I kind of like
bring yourself
Roberta.
to say
Roberta. I would never call a kid Sherman, but I kind of like Roberta, because then you could shorten it down to like Rob, and that's like a fun little thing to, yeah.
Rob is cool. I mean, I'd be more inclined to do Sherman, so I could say sure, man, and then punch him.
You would be a bad father. I will agree though. I would definitely have a couple kids named Bane before I got to Sherman and Roberta.
I would. Oh God, I would name all my children after Batman villains.
I wouldn't. That was a joke.
No one in this conversation should be allowed to name children. So Quentin, I think you kind of agree with these two new characters that walk up to Sherman and Roberta.
I love them so much.
Oh, you mean my boys, Frank and Nick?
I did write down Frank and Nick.
Full names Francis and Nicholas. In case you're
Francis
wondering.
and Nicholas. No, that is what they're short. They say it, Francis and Nicholas. I want to say two things. First of all, they sound so genuinely, like when they first come up and they're like, hey, what's that you got there? They don't sound like bullies. They just sound so genuinely interested, and then switch to bullying. Also, I will agree, every single name they call Sherman is better than his actual name.
I'm trying to remember some of the names. What are some of the names? I think Sherwood. We got Sherwood.
Sherwood, Sherlock. There's another like
because he's a detective.
They call him like, I don't know why they call him something else, man, like maybe Herman.
That's good. I don't know why that one got me. That's pretty good.
Once again, we do not condone bullying children, but Herman is fucking comedy gold.
Sherman pulls out a win at the end of this one, so don't.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they just
wait. No, you can see the other names in the AKA on his fucking Wikipedia. It's Sherman Grant, AKA Shirley, Sherwood, and Wormwood.
Wormwood. Herman wasn't even on there.
Yeah,
no.
Good one though. You came up
that
with
was a Will original. Anyway, they steal the binoculars for a second and look up, and one of them goes, "Hey, there's a hawk!" And then Sherman gets him back and goes, "That's not a hawk. It's because of my nerd knowledge, I know exactly what species of bird that vulture is."
He goes, "Judging by the wingspan
and the head shape."
Sherman, you're not doing yourself any favors here.
And then he runs over and gets on his bike to follow the bird, because it's a mystery that a bird not native to Gotham would be there. But it's not, right? Like, the penguin is a known figure. If I lived in Gotham and saw like an ostrich, I'd be like, "Oh, penguin's doing a bird crime."
Well, according to the trivia on the Wikipedia article, this is actually the first appearance of the penguin.
I knew that, but also, here's the thing. He already exists in this universe. He's a known person. The kid's like, "Hey, it's the penguin."
Well,
this is Penguin's first appearance for us. This is not his first crime.
Well, this kid is this pair of kids is very like they think that there's something going on. So maybe they have speculated in their minds that it may be the penguin, and they're still going to go to figure it out because they're the they're wannabe detectives. They want to find it. something.
Oh no, Sherman totally knew the whole entire time. Roberta was just tricked into this.
I want to run this by both of you. More Quentin, I don't know how much knowledge you have on this, Jack. But it hit me like around these couple of scenes where they were like bantering on their way to the Penguins' hideout. Is this just Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown's dynamic? Because it's a little kid who wants, like, he's a huge Batman fan and wants to be his detective, and his kind of like goofy and more competent side character who is a possible love interest and also like just kind of like cooler in general.
Okay. Yes. So Sherman and Roberta are what you get when you take Tim and Steph and you dip them in acid and melt away all of their personality.
Listen, this is not a defense of these characters. This doesn't make the episode any more palatable, but I was like,
Good dynamic, bad characterization. These are some of the most shallow, like...
I mean, they're children. Name a charismatic child you know.
One actually popped in my head, but I can't remember his fucking name.
I don't believe you.
Richie Rich.
Tune into the Rich Cast next week.
So they show up at the Penguin's lair. They follow the bird, and Sherman runs in, and Roberta just goes, "Men."
Yeah,
that was a good line. I enjoyed that joke.
And that is followed up. That would have been my favorite line of the episode if it was not almost immediately followed up with "Cop a squat and dummy up, Jay," which is what the other goon, whose name I didn't write down, says to Jay because he's very nervous the Penguin hasn't shown up yet.
But then the Penguin does show up. Well, as Roberta and Wormwood watch on. They have, it's in like a bird seed. Is it in a bird seed factory or just in a regular abandoned factory that they put a lot of bird seed in because it's...
I have no clue. A bird seed factory sounds like it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because what's there to factory?
I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I know how bird seed is manufactured. But they're in a factory.
Did you guys notice what Penguin's elevator was?
His elevator?
He rose out of the ground in a giant bird cage.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's like the only bird themed thing in this building. Like he bought this new
other than the gallons of bird seed that are everywhere.
Well, let's say Penguin went shopping for an evil lair. And he found an abandoned birdseed factory. And he's like, well, I gotta personalize it now. Starting a lot of birdseed. Make the elevator a bird cage. That's all. I think that'll cover it.
And I also need some neurotoxin.
Oh, we'll get to that.
I need some neurotoxin.
We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm. I love the designs of these goons. Batman goon designs are fucking on point with these two fiends.
I agree.
Yeah, rate them on the goon meter.
Goon scale, goon tier.
Was that your
that's
rating?
Yeah, they're on the goon scale. They're in the goon tier.
Okay. They're in the goon tier.
Very true.
They're very goon.
Hard to argue with that.
Quentin, did you just roll a dice?
I knocked over a pencil.
Okay, that's what that was.
Good luck editing that out.
It'll be pretty easy, I hope.
Just like Batman hopes that he can pretty easily take down Penguin when he shows up to this factory.
He gets fucking bodied. Jeez.
No, he gets a very good start. He covers them in birdseed. like
Well,
drop.
first he nets the big vulture because he
Right.
knows it's his greatest enemy.
Yeah. Then he drops maybe a ton of birdseed onto Penguin and the goons. They get stuck under a mountain of birdseed. He then notices that Wormwood and Roberta are
Yeah, Sherlock and Roberta are here.
yes, and he tries to escort them out, being the hero that he is, tries to get them to safety, and then Penguin pops out of the thing of birdseed and just. And he takes back the egg, by the way. That's important.
Yeah,
he takes back
important.
the egg.
Yeah, Batman's got the egg.
Yeah. Penguin pops out of this massive pile of birdseed, pulls out his umbrella, aims at Batman, and just fires a ball of toxic gas at him. And
and like that, Batman is defeated.
yeah.
I was so tempted. I thought about making this and sending it to you guys. Then I realized I had other things to do, so I shouldn't do it. I almost edited the audio from Arkham Knight of "This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died." Just put it over Penguin fucking getting him.
I've done worse things with my time.
Yeah,
you could
me
have done
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
could
I have
do that.
school and stuff.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
You have to edit that into the end of the episode.
I'm not doing that.
Here, I'll. Well, maybe I won't, but I might make that, and then we can put it on the YouTube.
I'll think about making that.
Yeah,
We'll make
I'll
a
think
YouTube
about
short.
making it too. It'll be good for engagement.
It's not even that funny.
It
Don't
is
bother.
funny. It is funny. It's a good.
We'll make
idea.
it the
but
right
if Penguin-
aspect
if-
ratio.
If Penguin had a normal gun in his umbrella, Batman would have just died.
Yeah, it would have just completely dead. Why not even kill gas? Why nerve gas?
Well, gas goes both ways. I don't think you want to just be shooting kill gas around. Like,
true.
no.
But you also don't want to fire a mobilizing nerve toxin around. Because how long did Penguin say it would knock him out for? Yeah, that's right.
week.
A week?
Here's one thing that I was gonna say this for the end, but I'm gonna say it now. This umbrella is cracked.
Yep.
Usually, Penguin in the comics and in the Danny DeVito version, he has a different. Each umbrella has a different trick. This one I assume it's only one shot, but it can shoot nerve gas. It has a rotating propeller blade that comes out of the same place the nerve gas comes out of somehow, and also has a sword in the hilt. So here's the thing. Penguin, if you have a sword in the hilt of your umbrella, why do you then also have the tiny stupid propeller blade that doesn't do anything?
He can fly with it sometimes.
Yeah.
He can't. In this episode, it is half an inch diameter.
Okay, but what if he wanted to drill into something very slowly?
It's not a drill. It's
not
a
a drill.
rotating blade.
Maybe he probably has a
helicopter
drill in there,
blade.
though.
He probably has a drill somewhere in there.
What?
It's probably a drill, but the drill bit got broken off or something.
Once you
See?
get to
It's like a helicopter blade. That doesn't make sense.
No, you see.
It's a helicopter blade that can't lift anyone.
well, it can cut.
So could the sword.
What if
It
he
could
had to make? So what if he had cheese, right? And he wanted to put holes in the cheese, and he could put the blade.
It's okay. It's not a drilling blade. It is like a helicopter
Okay.
blade.
What if he had a bowl of eggs and he wanted to mix those eggs?
Okay, this is the first good explanation
Yeah,
you
that's a
guys
good
have put
one.
forward.
That's a good.
It's a mixer.
It's a mixer.
Yeah.
Why would he put the mixer in the same hole as the nerve toxin? That doesn't seem healthy.
Yeah, it seems very healthy. I know the more
Does Penguin strike you as a healthy person?
I guess not.
he creates healthy connections. He's a mentally
Mentally,
well
yeah.
human being.
He
Yeah,
seems like
yeah,
he
No!
seems like he's doing
what?
pretty well.
He's
I
a
mean,
proper chap. Yeah.
He's a criminal, but he's not like a.
Oh, he's a civilized criminal.
Yeah,
That's what he is. If there was a door, and you told me there was a Batman villain behind it, and it was Penguin, I'd go to shake his hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why would he be mad at you?
He might
No reason.
bite my ear off, but, you know. That just happened.
Speaking of the Danny DeVito penguin, I got a piece of trivia.
Okay.
So, as Quentin accurately stated, this was Penguin's first appearance in Batman the Animated Series. Can't believe they gave him another episode after this.
Yep.
Truly the Jared Leto of Batman villains. Anyway, so originally when they first did the voiceover for Penguin, they were doing a Danny DeVito impression. And then they decided, just make him sound like a fancy dude so we can distinguish. And there is a theory that they recorded some of that other dialogue because some of Penguin's mouth movements don't match up exactly in this episode. But I would argue, I don't think that's the case. I just think the animation is, it never looks really bad in this show. But a lot of the faces look really weird in this to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a few scenes away, but when Batman drinks water, his mouth is like every single frame, his mouth is in a different position. It's like, that's not how you drink water. Your mouth does very little movement.
That's not how you drink water, Batman. Drink it like a human being.
Was he drinking it like a bat? I don't know how bats drink water.
Yeah, he was drinking it like a bat.
It's supposed to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies.
That's my second favorite Batman the Animated Series voiceover trivia fact change.
Oh yeah, is it Tim Curry?
Yeah, Tim Curry's the other one.
Okay, listen, it's great. Tim Curry's Joker I love Tim Curry. He doesn't sound like anything.
No.
It just sounds like a man it doesn't sound like the Joker. It's just a man.
I think it's crazier that the Joker could have been Tim Curry than the actual audio of Tim Curry recording for the Joker.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're on the subject of voice acting, I do want to ask you all, because when I watch this, I love Batman the Animated Series generally, and I think there's some great voice acting in this series. I felt like this episode, it was pretty phoned in. Do you guys agree with me, or am I
Absolutely.
No. Listen. In defense of Denise Marco, who played Roberta, it was a good performance.
I think the main two kids are pretty good. I think Sherwood is working pretty good with what he is given. I don't really love it though. I think the goons and the other two like bully kids, I didn't like it.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy the bully kids, they didn't really sell me on the role.
Yeah, they uncover the fucking Batmobile under the boxes, and they're like, "What's this? Hello, what's this? I'm voice acting. I just found something. Is that a car? It's the Batmobile. It is the Batmobile. Yes."
You want to know something that confused me? Just because I'm a man who really likes a lot of Batman, and I had never noticed this before, and it caught me off guard. Joker said, like, you better catch those people, or we're gonna go to Stonegate Penitentiary.
Yep.
What? Said that, not Joker, but yes, that was.
Oh yeah, sorry. We were talking about Tim Curry, whatever.
I know.
I guess it makes sense because Gotham is a horrible city, but how many fucking prisons does this city have?
Stonegate, Stonegate. You never.
Why was there no Batman
on...
Stonegate game?
You never played Batman Stonegate.
Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate on the 3DS. Batman Arkham Origins Stonegate on the fucking Sony PlayStation Vita or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Vita.
Yeah,
the Game Boy Color.
That would be so good.
All right. Enough.
That's got to be like Gotham Youth, like Batman's like Arkham Gotham Youth Penitentiary.
We need enough about the Vita. We have to talk about what happens after Batman gets nerve gas. We haven't even said what happened. We haven't even got to the part where they actually have Batman in their basement, which is
okay. Yeah, Batman it collapses. The kids get him, put him in the Batmobile, and then they get in the Batmobile, hit a lot of buttons. We see a lot of missiles. Then they drive away.
Yes.
How many people do you guys think died as a result of that?
Yeah, this was brutal. All the dudes should have died in this scene because
I think here's my theory. I think there was a third goon, but they died during the shoot, and so they had to edit him out of the previous scenes.
True. Because the way Sherman and Roberta deal with these goons is actually just running them over with the car.
Yep.
And they like go flying in a comedic way, but the car is going at what seems like full speed. With Sherman steering and Roberta operating the bus.
Okay.
So you can blame Sherman if you want. I guess you could say that it was only Sherman who was running these people over, but
Listen,
they should have died brutally and they didn't.
we know one other person in a piece of Batman media who has survived direct contact with the Batmobile.
All of the goons in Arkham Knight.
Bane.
Holy.
So I'm going to say that these goons are just as powerful, if not more powerful, than Bane.
I don't think that's true.
No, I think it's true.
It makes sense.
I think, well, actually, I wish they had called the police so we could see how they compare to the police.
Yeah.
They get the Batmobile back to their home.
And where do they?
I got a couple of. What?
And
guess
they take Batman down to the basement.
Yeah, they put him in the basement.
And I have some questions about this basement. First of all, why does the kid have an old-timey Wild West like Joker wanted poster?
Because he's a big detective fan. He's like a Batman fan.
Because the Joker, man.
This is not just a normal basement. This is Sherman's like detective lair. He says it's not as good as the Batcave, but it's still.
You've directly translated into my second question.
Yeah, I've been meaning to bring this up.
Is the Batcave public knowledge, or alternatively, is Sherman, as I stated earlier, a Tim Drake style boy detective, and he has solved Batman's secret identity?
Well, if he did, he didn't seem to really care. And also, this show already has Tim Drake later on, so...
Okay, but it's Jason Todd. I'm saying they changed Jason's name to Tim, and they changed Tim's name to Sherman.
They changed Tim's name to Wormwood.
Changed it to Herman.
Okay. We don't see every single moment that takes place in between the time that Batman is knocked unconscious and they arrive in the basement and he wakes up. So, what I think, in the car, they took off Batman's cowl, drove to Wayne Manor, broke into the Batcave, discovered that there was a Batcave, and then arrived back at the basement so that they could say that line.
Yeah, there's no flaws in that theory.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Seems plausible.
Here's a new segment I'm introducing called 5 Reasons Why Quentin is Wrong. One, what's the girl's name?
Roberta.
Roberta.
She wanted to, she looked sad when the bullies tried to take off the mask and Sherman stopped them. Two, they wanted to call the police, and I feel like if they had taken him to the Batcave, they would have called the police. Well, that doesn't work because they were in the basement anyway. Whatever. 3, the thing he says about upholding his clients' secrets. 4.
You should have said 3 reasons why
fuck
Quentin's
you.
wrong. You really should have said 3.
5. That's dumb, and I think I did it.
And 6, you're wrong about all of those points.
Now, Quentin, your rebuttal, 10 reasons why Will is wrong.
If you do 10, I'll do 20. Why I'm right.
No, please.
Okay, number 1.
No. We're skipping. What happens next? They got to the basement.
So hey guys, welcome back. We just had to delete.
We had to edit that all out.
Yeah.
That went on for 4 hours. We ended up
decided
deciding that Quentin was right.
We actually went frame by frame and decided that discovered that there's a hidden frame.
The hidden scene.
Yeah, there's a hidden scene that they didn't edit out.
See, so there's you know the part of the episode where it says please close your eyes, and then the part where it says please open them. If you edit those out, there's actually a hidden scene in between there where they go to the Batcave.
Exactly.
Oh, I was wondering why they did that.
Hey, so Sherman's mom shows up, and she's like, Sherman, you better not be making gunpowder again.
That's
What
awesome.
the fuck are you doing, Sherman?
Sherman is a menace. If we take this statement as fact and not just a joke by the mom, it sounds like it very well. Her tone does not indicate a joke to me.
Yes. Then well, I forgot her name again. What's the clown's name? What's her name?
The clown?
The clown?
Well, I'm
Roberta?
not. She's not a literal clown. I'm using
Roberta?
clown as to refer
You don't
to like a
like
silly
Roberta?
person.
You don't like Sherman and
Yeah, Roberta.
The two legends of Batman's in my basement.
So, Roberta says, "Oh, we just saved Batman," and then Sherman like gives her shit for it, and she says in the most flat, disinterested. This is the worst line delivery of the episode. Sorry, Sherman. I guess I panicked.
No, that was meant to be flat.
Yeah.
Because
okay, but
she
is
said that
it?
on purpose because it's so ridiculous that the mom is just gonna go, just kids being kids, and that's exactly what she does. She just
I know,
Exactly.
but like
she leaves, and
I
so it's a fake
I cannot-
apology.
I cannot tell if this is a joke because
That's
here's
clearly
the
a
thing.
joke. Yes.
No, that's
Here's the
completely a
thing.
joke.
That's
That's
what
one
you-
of the
I know,
moments where I
no,
watched
no,
this
no,
scene. I
let
watched
me
that
defend
scene back
myself.
because I didn't.
Okay, one of you say 5 reasons why I'm wrong.
No, number one, Roberta is a known troll, and she has more practical knowledge than Sherman. So she has more practical knowledge, while Sherman has more book knowledge. So it fits with their character dynamic. Number two,
Okay, that's one.
the mom clearly walks away without investigating, assuming that is just a joke thing. Number three, the delivery is
No, hold on. I want to go back to this point. Because I want to actually be able to defend myself. I do think this is a joke for us, but I think how I took it was that the joke is, oh, the mom's not taking them seriously when she was like a genuine like that was supposed to be like a genuine kind of panic delivery.
Well, maybe the joke wasn't for you.
yeah, but why would you assume that
Maybe the real joke was the friends we made
Yeah.
along the way.
Maybe the joke was
Speaking
for
of
us, and it's
which-
just not for you.
Speaking of which, Nicholas and Francis.
Yep. They figured it out.
Um,
They figured everything out.
They find the Batmobile. They get attacked by the bird.
You
They
can't
find
gloss
some
over
pills.
this part. I really want to talk about how they found the Batmobile.
Go for it.
So they're walking outside Sherman's house and they see a brick on the ground, and they go, "Ooh, oh, we found a brick!" And then Sherman's mom walks out and they go, like they hide the brick and go, "Oh, hello there, hi, wonderful day, isn't it?" And then she leaves, and then they go, "Ha ha ha," and they just throw the brick at a pile of purple buckets.
I made a note. If it were not for them finding the Batmobile after this is like S tier goon behavior. Like, I think if they had not found the Batmobile, they would have been set on a successful path of being goons.
If they never found the Batmobile, this is how the Batman dies.
Just think about like an Arkham Knight. Every time you see a goon, like pick up a brick or a rock and just throw it at a window. They were getting ready.
Yeah.
But they threw it at just a pile of, and the way the brick interacts with the pile is so unrealistic.
Doesn't check
It
out.
bothered me so much because they've just put this pile of cardboard boxes on top of the Batmobile to hide it.
Hold on. On that note of that not making sense, I know I'm cutting ahead, but the guy who trips over the rope and then comes out completely tied up, how did that happen?
Magic.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Oh, I love.
I would like to get to it very quickly because I have so many things to say.
We want to get to it real quickly. You said.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to because
Okay,
I
let's
have not much to say for all of the episode except for Penguin breaking into the house.
Let's speed run. They find the Batmobile. They go, "Whoa, what is this?" And Sherman comes out and goes, "Hey, it's the Batmobile." And they go, "You're kidding, you're kidding."
Well, one of them says, "You're kidding." The other one goes, "No, I think he's telling the truth."
And then he actually is telling the truth. So the bullies find out.
What?
Oh crap! This guy actually has Batman in his basement. What? And they. So this whole time, Batman's been trying to tell the kids, "Hey, there's something at the visor. Get that for me." And they just completely don't understand what he's saying, even though it's pretty clear what he's saying.
Yep, he's very clear.
He can only say a few words at a time because he's so incapacitated. But they find the thing, they give it to him. And how does what happens after that?
So they give Batman the pill. He's still out of it, but he's coming around. Then the Penguin shows up with his goons and his bird. The bird was actually attacking them earlier, but it is fine.
Yeah.
Who cares? Then Penguin says some fucking dope ass shit.
I'm gonna be honest.
This is the hardest line. This is the hardest line in the whole episode.
Yep.
Stone walls do not a prison make, nor locked doors a barricade. Then he fucking busts out the door into the building.
Was he quoting something? Because
I don't know. That must be a quote. Because I've never heard it before. If that's a Penguin original, that's the coolest thing he's ever said.
That's yeah, good. This is like the main part of this episode, in my opinion. Like before Batman wakes up and after Penguin shows up at the house, it's just like it's classic. It's kind of Home Alone plagiarism, but
it's
fun.
It's Home Alone energy. So they set up some traps using Batman's utility belt. As mentioned, a guy trips on a rope and then he emerges from the room he fell out of, standing up, bouncing around, completely tied up, and then he falls over again.
Here's the craziest part, Will. 30 seconds later, he is untied.
yeah, they do not show
without
it. This whole scene is a waste of your time.
Yep.
Okay, actually, I lied. The next bit is possibly the funniest thing in the world. Or maybe it's just because it's surrounded by so much boring that I think it goes harder than it actually does. But that guy goes, "Hey man, are you alright?" and takes a step and steps on a mine and like explodes, does a backflip and lands on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. And it is like, the comedic timing on it is remarkable. You would have thought it was from a completely different episode.
Yep.
Then they rush Penguin and hit him with fucking like bolas.
This is this is about where Penguin's spinny helicopter thing that we talked about earlier comes in, right? When he tries to kill
yes, I think that is this point. He uses it again later when he tries to kill Batman and then Batman wakes up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So yeah, he tries to kill Batman. And then, right, like we're not skipping anything.
Yeah, we're not skipping anything important. So okay, Penguin, he is not captured by these kids. He actually kind of Uno reverses them and has his goons capture them.
Yeah, the whole Home Alone stuff failed really fast. Like it succeeds for about 15 seconds, and then it really failed.
Yeah. Tries to kill Batman. Batman wakes up, kicks the shit out of them. Sherman's mom gets home, does a funny like, "What happened to my home?" then Sherman's like, "Hey, Mom, meet Batman." Hey, Batman, are you single? And then the episode just moves on like immediately.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the future, where I love what's happened to Sherman in the future is he like he hangs up the newspaper clippings of like young detectives help Batman defeat Penguin, which is sure, that's kind of what they did. And then I really love the other headline though, which is Gotham City Zoo gets a rare vulture. Because it's front page, like, this is the big ticket news item of the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a bird that is canonically a better fighter than Batman.
That's true.
And anyway, now the four kids, the two former bullies, Sherman and Roberta, are now like a kid detective agency. And it pans over to the like basement window to see Batman like watching over them. And my thought was just like, is he scoping out like new Robins? Like why is he here?
Like bro kind of thinks that he's Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh yeah.
Even though he's not. We all know.
Yeah, we all know.
Encyclopedia Brown would not. Do you think that
Encyclopedia Brown would have killed the Penguin long before like any of this?
Encyclopedia Brown would have aligned the perfect trajectory for a sniper shot on the Penguin in his hideout. He would rise up in his fucking birdcage and get one in between his eyes.
This episode would have started with the Vulture coming to kill Batman and then dying, and then not until later did we know that this Encyclopedia Brown had taken him out from afar.
We see the prep time 3 weeks in advance. Encyclopedia Brown woke up, smelled the Penguin across town, and knew that it was time to strike.
And then the whole thing is like Encyclopedia Brown doing it, and then it prompts the viewer like, how did he do it? And you have to go find all the clues that how we figured it out.
And then we finally get the answer.
Encyclopedia Brown would have just killed those kids if they bullied him.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say about this episode?
I have one.
I have one as well, but
I don't. I just have a confession that I've never read an Encyclopedia Brown book.
Oh wow. Okay, we'll have to fix that immediately.
Well, now I've seen the crossover.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That we just came up with.
I mean, did you know that the first Battle of Bull Run could not possibly be written on a paper proceeding? Yeah.
We can't. This is.
Can we describe
really
the plot
reference? No way people know what we're talking about.
If there is ever a day when I can't record and you two have to do your own podcast,
the Encyclopedia,
do an Encyclopedia Brown pod, and I will listen to the shit out of that.
That's actually a great idea.
That is awesome. Oh.
Okay, Quentin, what was your thing?
Oh, that was my thing. I was gonna do more Encyclopedia. Oh no, actually there was one more. There was one more thing. Do you know what the first ever physical release of this was?
No.
I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it came out with Batman Returns.
Something.
No, that doesn't make sense.
I now need to get my hands on. The VHS. Actually, I'm going to go for the single DVD version of Batman Out of the Shadows, which comes with 4 episodes of Batman the Animated Series.
Which ones?
A sampler?
Two-Face Part 1, Two-Face Part 2, It's
Checks
Never
out.
Too Late,
One of my favorites.
and I've Got Batman in My Basement, which is the last of the 4. If I was watching that way, and I ended off with I've Got Batman in My Basement, I would be like, I'm so fucking excited. I just watched 3 of the best episodes of television, and that was stupid.
It's Never Too Late to I've Got Batman in My Basement is like the whiplash of that is fatal.
Remind me which episode It's Never Too Late is.
That's the one about the mob guy who his brother is a priest, and Batman tries to like
Oh,
convince him to
wow.
stop doing crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That's an actually good episode. Holy
It's a
crap.
banger.
Um,
Jack, you got a thing, then we
okay,
got to do
yeah.
Schway
I'm just gonna
Schwarbage.
read this verbatim from the Batman wiki. The first half of the third level of The Adventures of Batman and Robin, the video game, is based on this episode. Penguin's pet vulture
No.
helps him to steal a priceless artifact from a museum, much like in this episode.
It's not what happened in this
There's no,
episode.
it's kind of close.
No, the
but-
vulture didn't do the stealing, and there's no museum involved.
Well, that's where they get it at the very start. That's where the egg comes from.
Well, no, it's in just like a. Is that a museum? It looked like just like a skyscraper. Like it was just like a skyscraper.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's not a museum, so maybe it has nothing. But I'm just reading what the Batman wiki says. Maybe it has,
Okay.
but there's no kids.
Wait.
Like there's no actual of this plot of this episode in that video game, which is sad. Like,
Do you
Are
know
you
what
guys ready to do our thing?
One more thing.
Okay, it better just be one more thing because we have a
Oh,
second
no,
thing
no,
to
no.
review,
Of
and
course,
it's been an
of
hour
course.
on Batman in my basement.
Oh yeah. Do you know what the bird reminded me of the whole entire time I was watching the episode?
A vulture?
The bird from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Stardust Crusaders.
Gosh. That
Now-
guy who's fucking broken in the fighting game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we can do Schway Schwarbage.
Okay, Quentin me Jack.
Schwarbage.
Yeah, fuck Batman's in my basement.
no,
Oh, is that all?
no
Oh, yeah.
elaboration.
No
Okay, yeah.
elaboration.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the third worst episode of Batman the Animated Series, Schwarbage, fuck Batman's in my basement.
I feel like we did. I was laughing and smiling this whole recording, so I feel like we didn't really adequately explain that this is actually bad.
Listen, in the other episode where we talked about Batman the Animated Series, we have a full, like 5 minutes straight of us just saying, fuck Batman's in our basement. We've
Yep.
covered it.
So, Batman the Animated Series is usually so good, but it really feels like they kind of choked with this one. Like the voice acting's not there, animation's not there. There's not really anything cool about this episode to get excited about. And it's just kind of boring sometimes. Even if it's funny to talk about, it's not actually that funny to watch.
Yeah.
I'll agree that it's Schwarbage.
I don't think that I've Got Batman in My Basement is like particularly like the worst piece of media
It's not
of all
horrible.
time. I just think
Yeah.
that it's very lame is the best way that I could describe it. It's just, like,
Anyway, you guys want
uninteresting.
to hear a riddle?
Oh yeah, riddle time.
It's the return of our unnamed segment. I'm gonna read a riddle from Arkham City,
Oh.
and these guys are gonna see if they can still solve it without any context.
You should acronym that and make it the title.
Oh, what did I even say? I'll find out in
Yeah.
post.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to hear this riddle?
Yep.
Yes.
Who's crazy enough to date this guy?
Harley Quinn.
Nope.
Calendar Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that would be harder.
Damn.
This is
I went.
this is one of my favorite riddles
That's a
in the whole
good-
game because it's just the Riddler
That's a good
dunking on
riddle.
Calendar.
Yep.
That's a good riddle.
Who's crazy enough to date this guy? The Calendar Man destroyed.
That's a great pun. I love that.
Anyway, who's gonna bring us into our second topic? A long-awaited topic.
has to be.
that it
Guys,
is.
it's time. Finally. The holiday special is here.
Was this episode 8 or episode 9 where we tried to review this?
Let's explain.
Episode
You have
9.
to explain the snafu for people who haven't listened to that.
No, let's do a flashback. Include include the first 5 minutes.
I'm just
of-
gonna cut in the whole episode starting right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not
No,
doing
don't
any
do
of that.
Don't do that. Yeah. That's lame. I take it back.
So in episode 9, we all agreed to review Just Another Night, and I did a fuck up. Go watch that one if you want the context. But we are finally getting around to it. 4 episodes later, the real Just Another Night.
Okay, I don't think it's fair to say the real Just Another Night.
Yeah.
I would say that this is another Just Another Night. This is a different kind. We need to. We did give the original a 2 out of 3 Schway. Not the original, the other holiday special.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, the original.
No, not the. Damn
The
it.
other one was
And I didn't give it a Schwarbage because I dislike it. I think it's a banger. I give it a Schwarbage because I was upset with myself.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly so. Admittedly, maybe that was better than this. We'll see. We'll explore that together.
we'll debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Just Another Night. Do you want to explain? Because this is your pick, when. So you should introduce it.
We'll switch off. We'll do a little bit of switching off. When I say Batman's in my basement, I'll pass the torch to one of you guys. So
Okay.
we begin on the cover, and what a pretty cover this is. I actually really love this cover.
I love this cover so much.
And this is for this is just to make it clear. This is for the comic is Batman, the Batman Adventures 33. That's
Yes,
Yeah.
this
Just
is the
Another
Batman
Night.
Adventures 33
Number
story, Just Another Night.
It is a tie-in to Batman the Animated Series. It is done in the same style,
I think
Yes.
it's
and sometimes the same writing team, but not this time.
Yeah, different writing team this time. I'm actually a big fan of the Batman Adventures. I have a couple of issues around in my room right now. I'm actually looking at one at this very moment.
I'm looking at an issue of Nightwing that I have.
I'm
That's
looking at my
pretty
wall.
Yeah, but these are usually pretty hefty books, and this is a pretty hefty story, where we begin with Bruce and Alfred talking about him having a date with a lady named Veronica. Apparently, they've been together for about 3 weeks.
It's going well.
And she has a son,
Yeah.
and her and him take that son to the movies to watch.
To see the Gray Ghost. Can I tag in early?
Oh yeah, Batman's in my basement.
I was immediately very confused by the first page, because it shows this building exploding, and then it reveals that it's in the movie, but the movie is like in black and white in the second panel, but not in the first one. And it very much confused me for a while, like, why did it show us this random exploding building? And it took me a while to realize, oh, that was in the movie.
Part
And
of
I
the
felt
movie.
dumb.
It's great. It's part of the Grey
Yeah.
Ghost plot. If you're a Grey Ghoster, you'll know what we're talking about. The one where the building explodes. You've probably seen that.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not a Grey Ghoster, fuck you!
Get out of here!
You probably like Batman's in my basement.
If you like that, unironically leave.
No, please
Leave.
comment.
Go. Please comment so we can bully you and come
No.
up with mean names.
So we can have a respectful discussion about how you're wrong.
So we can list 5 distinct reasons why you are.
I like this argument style we've invented. You have to have 5 reasons
Five
defending
reasons.
yourself, then 10 reasons attacking you, then 20 reasons defending yourself, and that keeps going until one of you can't think of enough.
I think every rhetorician or lawyer will agree that really it's just about how many reasons you have. That's the only important thing when arguing.
Batman's in my basement. Back to you, Quinn, or I guess Jack if he wants to tag
Oh
it.
no, yeah, Jack, you go, you take a turn.
Okay, so Bruce, he loves a gray ghost. Huge fan. The kid, oh, what's his name? Do y'all remember the kid's name?
Justin?
Justin. Justin also, he had never seen
Justin Timberlake?
Just another night.
Justin other.
Holy shit! I never thought about that.
That is a great connection, Quinn. He loves a gray ghost. Justin's a big gray ghost fan now after seeing it for the first time, I believe.
Yeah,
And
like Shakespeare.
As yeah, as Bruce says, it's like Shakespeare. Justin is running up ahead of Bruce and Veronica because he's so excited about the show he just saw. And as Bruce and Veronica are like, seem like they have a pretty good relationship going on. A guy, a guy comes out of an alley with a gun, steals Justin's hat, and fires in the air, demands that Bruce and Veronica give all their valuable belongings to him. Batman's in my basement.
I will continue the plot in a second, but this is the point in which I tried to look up who Veronica Thomas was. I was like, is this a character from anything? In Batman the Animated Series episode Eternal Youth, there is a Mrs. Thomas, and there is a character named Veronica Vreeland who shows up quite often in that show, and neither of them are this woman. I don't know who this is.
New character. I mean, I think this is a one-off character. Her story starts and ends, at least her story as it relates to Bruce Wayne / Batman starts and ends within this issue.
As she is a fictitious character and does not have a side story, this is where her existence begins and ends.
Anyway, Bruce has a little like panic attack because he's getting mugged, and it's very traumatic for reasons that should be pretty well established at this point. Did you mention that the guy stole Justin's hat? Because
Yes,
I love that
he
detail.
takes Justin's Gotham Knights hat.
Yep.
Not the
So he's
not the
like
video game.
the
baseball
goon
team.
who is the goon who looks so much like a goon is just like, hey, give me a wallets and cards and purses and all that fun stuff. And Batman's like, he's too far away, I can't beat him up. And Veronica goes, what? And then he's just like, just give him our stuff. Then the goon picks up the stuff, fires a shot at them, and runs away. But everyone's okay. Everyone's okay. Batman's in my basement.
Something I want to actually go over is on page 5.
Good page.
In the bottom panel, it's weird because is that little bit of white?
I know, that bothered me so much. I had a note about that.
Okay, so I thought about this for a little bit.
Wait, describe.
So
it's on page 5, not including the cover. Sticking out from the Gotham Knights hat, the goon seems to have some gray hair or white hair, and he's
I have an explanation for this.
Yes.
We are looking
Shit on by a bird.
No, we are looking out of Bruce's eyes, and as his face is obscured and he is having like this visceral moment, he's sort of flashing back and like disillusioning, and he sees Joe Chill instead of the actual goon.
I also have a theory, and it's that they fucked up the coloring.
Maybe they fucked up the coloring.
A thing that is known to happen in the comic book industry. Oh, sorry, you didn't say Batman's in my basement. I fucked up.
No,
Fuck!
It's okay.
Batman's in your basement.
What? There's not a floor below me.
You hear that creaking sound?
Fuck, he's here. He's gonna find out about all the crime I've been doing. Shit. Guys, I'm gonna go to Stonegate Penitentiary. It's not even one of the cool ones.
Yeah, that's the third best penitentiary in Gotham. That's tough.
Man.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing you've been hitting Murphy's gym and getting swole.
I haven't been going to Murphy's gym.
But do you know who has been going to Murphy's gym?
Fucking goon.
This
guy.
goon.
And
If I was a goon, I would wear t-shirts for gyms I don't go to fuck with
Yeah.
Batman.
because this
Oh,
this
yeah.
shirt really sells him out. Um, does someone else want to explain the plot here, or what?
Now you got this. We believe in you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
So after the goon escapes, everyone is safe, and Bruce turns to Veronica and Justin and says, like, "Oh, sorry, I have to go." And Veronica's like, "What the hell? This guy is a
Yeah.
complete asshole." And he just leaves and doesn't say anything, explaining what he's doing. And of course, what he's really doing is he's going to change into his Batman costume so he can chase down this guy. And he figures out that because he was wearing a T-shirt that said Murphy Jim, he knows that that's pretty close to a certain place where stolen credit cards are sold. So he goes to that place.
He goes east.
Yeah.
At least.
You can go first.
I really like Batman, or at least like Bruce's inner monologue in this.
Well, it's an outer monologue. He's speaking aloud to no one.
True.
Those are speech bubbles.
Yeah, but I like him sort of thinking through the situation and watching how his mind is working and watching it, because that's one of the things that I was playing Arkham Knight a couple of hours ago, and I heard like a bit of goon dialogue, which was something about Batman's greatest weapon being his knowledge of Gotham City, and that I've been thinking about that. That provides a major advantage over a lot of, especially thugs, in situations very specifically like this. So I like that perspective.
On the opposite end of the spectrum for me, I think specifically like page 10, like the last of this kind of build up, highlights to me the biggest issue of this issue. Hey, that's a fun little thing. I don't think the animated series style translates well back into the comics. Because in a show you can show people moving because it's animated. In a comic, you need to have like these exaggerated poses to show movement. On page 10. So two things. First of all, in the first panel, it looks like he's wearing like a sweater as the main bat suit. And also the middle panel of him running. He looks so disproportionately large on his top half. Because in the animated series, they use like muscular, like triangle-based kind of physiques, and that doesn't work well in the comics where you have to kind of lean characters over and stretch them out to make them look like they're moving. His legs look tiny and his head looks massive, and it really kind of pulls me out of this what is supposed to be a very like intense and awesome moment.
I believe that this is more to do with the perspective at which they're choosing to portray this. I think it's a bad choice. And I think they could have done it with a little bit more distance. They could have made it better.
This is not my only example, but yeah.
It's the gutter cam. It's like
it's
point of view of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, though, I think when he's standing still or like shot from like a head-on perspective, which is how they tend to animate the show, it looks nice. But whenever they try to like do this like dynamic poses, I think it fails.
I would say that's I think it all has to do with the distance, because on the previous page there is a shot of Bruce running, and you can sort of see his after image. It looks very goofy, but like it doesn't look abnormal. I
think it does. His leg looks like it's coming out of his chin in that shot. On page 9, those first two panels, The first one he looks ridiculous, and the second one he's walking like a character in a black and white movie, trying to like overly show like a mime. Like this is walking.
Well, he's not strolling.
Well, yeah, but like he that's kind of what it looks like. He's like he doesn't like there's no sense of speed. There's just a sense of goofiness.
True.
Yeah,
True.
I feel like page 11 also has a weird motion shot as its second panel is kind of like
I don't mind that one because
it's him doing
I
like
think
a
it's
heel turn, so I kind of get a
yeah.
he looks
Mhm.
a little weird, but
That one doesn't bother me as much because I'm like, yeah, if you did a heel turn while running fast, you'd look a little off.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I like a lot of the shots in this comic though. I think I don't know.
I would thoroughly recommend reading a lot more of the Batman Adventures stuff because they're like of what I have seen, they're still getting into their style. By the time that this is a long running series, and they sort of learn what
yes.
they're doing because this early in the series they were more. I'll say what these look like, and it's like a storyboard for an episode of Batman the Animated Series.
yeah,
Yeah, like a
yeah,
colored
yeah,
storyboard.
I see that.
But they lean more into the comic side in later iterations, and I really enjoy some of the other illustrations that I've seen from this series because they do a lot of cool stuff with the style.
Batman's in my basement.
So, the goon goes to Monty's, which is some sort of club. He's looking for Monty. And Monty's in the back doing business.
I'm so sorry. Every single goon in this place is like the same. Like looks like such a goon.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I've said that a lot, but like this is the epitome of it. Like they all got huge smiles and like distinct jaw lines, and their eyes are always like closed for some reasons, and they're doing weird hand movements. I love them.
These goons are incredibly goonish. So we learn that the goon's name is Kirk. And he's like, "Hey Monty, I've come in with my goods." And just at that time, and I absolutely adore this panel, the one where Batman shatters the window and we see Kirk's face. It's fucking
his face is so good. It's beautiful. Here is my next set of issues with the art. So I actually love this choice. While Batman is interacting with these goons, his face is obscured in shadow, and it's like he looks like more of a monster than a man, and that's really cool. And every panel they show it gets progressively worse looking, until culminating. We'll get to it on page 16. While he's swinging on his cable, he looks like he doesn't have a head. But yeah.
Yeah.
I like the choice, and then they kind of fuck it up.
I think you're right about that. The action progresses. Some smoke pellets are utilized.
I think they're like flashbangs.
I think they're like flashbangs or something.
And I think those guys in one of the first comics we reviewed, I'm pretty sure they were wearing gas masks.
Listen.
Not this age-old debate.
No, that's not even a debate. It's not
Yeah, you were wrong.
I have no 5 reasons. I was wrong.
But it's a mistake anyone could have made.
No, that is a very specific to me mistake. I love page 15. Shows them progressively dropping down this building, as he is interrogating the goon.
Batman has taken the one goon who actually took his stuff and is interrogating him, has taken him away from the rest of the guards.
Oh, and now I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, on page
No
16, look at Batman's weird turtle head that's like retracted down into his torso.
Yeah, just kind of a weird perspective, I guess. But
I will say though,
do
I will
how
say
the
this
execution
the
is done. Kirk, his name is right.
Kirk,
Yeah.
yeah.
His like terror face reactions are very well done.
Yeah.
Almost make up for it in my eyes. I love Kirk.
Kirk has some wonderful expressions.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I think I'm a Kirk head. Love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never
He's
did anything to
Kirk
Batman. I'm so... That's something that I find really. I read that line of dialogue and laughed out loud because I didn't know what was going to happen on the next page because I just thought he was going to get hit.
Speaking of the next page,
he just jumped.
First of all, it's Act 3, and we didn't bring it up. Much like on my first viewing, I didn't notice the Act 2 panel,
Me neither.
so I was so caught off guard when
same
Act
thing.
3 showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
When
There
does
are
Act
acts?
2 start? Act 2 starts. So Act 1 starts at the beginning of the comic. Act
Yeah.
2.
Act 2 starts on
Is it
page
10?
8.
Oh,
Uh,
8.
Dark Victory.
That is when
Bruce
Yeah,
leaves
when
Veronica
yeah.
to go become Batman
Yeah.
and fight crime and such.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did Axe.
Yeah, it's too short to have acts. Like, this comic is too short to subdivide itself, but I like the little font they use.
Anyway, Harvey Dent looks like a different human being in every panel.
Did you
By
say Harvey Dent?
you mean
Harvey Bullock, I'm
Detective Harvey
sorry.
Harvey Bullock, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm not on the top of my game right now. It's probably because I just had to think about Batman's in my basement for like an hour.
Bullock is a jackass. What the fuck is that parking job?
That's such a great detail. He's knocked over a trash can. He's parked diagonally within a spot. It's great. It's a great detail.
It's
Page
very
18, page 18, first panel, is an amazing drawing of Harvey.
And something just falls out of his car door as he opens it.
This is a great part. Batman he's taken Kirk after getting getting him to confess and taking he gets him to confess and takes him over to Harvey Bullock, who's just chilling at the Mr. Weenie restaurant, the hot dog restaurant.
Did
Mr.
we skip
Weenie?
over? In comic, does it skip over like an hour-long sequence of Batman just looking for any cop, or did he like know where Harvey was?
I think he knew where Harvey was. That's
Oh, he's got a tracker.
he's definitely
Yeah.
or Harvey Bullock probably just goes to Mr. Weenie like every day at this time. I don't know. That
He's a Mr. Weenie connoisseur.
fine.
Oh, Batman has definitely memorized everyone's schedule.
I like how you just said everyone, like not all the police like Donald Trump. He knows everyone's schedule.
That's
No,
how-
yeah, everyone moves around like clockwork, and so he could, hypothetically, know exactly where you are at any time.
Yeah, good. It's a good thing.
Brother Eye's a good thing.
Brother Eye is bad. That comic went horrible.
Brother Eye is a great thing.
No.
I don't know what comic this is. What
I
comic is this?
was about to say OMAC, like if you would know that, but not Brother Eye. Batman made a cool satellite so that he could spy on everyone on Earth, and he called it Brother Eye. Then it turned evil, and then it did some OMAC stuff, and then it was
Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
get to
yeah, I guess for the reader, definitely. I like that comic.
We'll get to it.
Damn it, we will.
Yep.
So
Anyway, on page 19, I like how Batman swings by a building labeled Uptown.
Yeah, you never been to Uptown? So,
Uptown Gotham.
yeah.
Okay, when you gave me instructions to Uptown Gotham, was that to get to the building or that part of Gotham?
That building, that is up
The building.
It's not
I
even
like
a
this-
big building. It's,
I like this last scene.
yeah.
Who's
Just to
there?
mention that before he leaves the Kirk with Harvey Bullock, he takes the Gotham Knights hat back and swings away.
And the purse.
And the purse?
And
Yeah, he has the purse too.
Okay.
I like how Bullock breaks the fourth wall and delivers that snarky look.
he turns to the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Batman says, "You don't need this hat for evidence," and he looks smugly at the reader and says,
He's like,
Well,
guess I don't.
guess I don't.
Wah, wah, wah.
"Yeah, all right."
Canned
So,
laughter.
someone take us through what happens in this final scene.
Quentin.
Well, like, go to Uptown.
Past Uptown.
ki- Yeah. Well,
Batman
it's-
stops there and has a little party.
yeah. Wait, is the Uptown exit, like, door the one that he opens?
No, it's not. It's across the alley.
Okay.
They live adjacent to Uptown.
But aren't they still in the theater?
No, I thought they went home. I believe this to be their home, or is this the theater?
I think they stayed in the theater.
This very well could be. I don't know, man.
Because
Either
what,
one.
what home has tiled floor?
Yeah, it looks.
A tacky one.
Yeah, it's either the theater or a home with weird flooring.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter for this scene's purposes, really.
I think it matters very much, but we'll move on anyway. So the
I
kid
don't think
opens
it does.
the kid opens the door, sees Batman, screams, and he says, "Oh, my old friend Batman! Wow, you scared me." And then Batman goes, "I'm sorry." And then the kid goes, "Is that my hat?" And then he goes, "Yeah, that's your hat."
Yeah.
And then he reveals the fact that his mom is really pissed at Bruce Wayne for some reason.
Batman's like, sucks to be him. And then he realizes and goes, oh no, I am.
Yep. And then this kid tries to put the cell on his mom. So fuck you, Bruce, I guess.
This kid, much like this is not me tagging out, much like Batman's in my
Yeah.
basement. The kid he goes like, hey Batman, you want to be my mom? She's really pretty.
Yeah.
Why is all the kids in Gotham trying to get Batman to date
Every
their
kid
mom?
wants Batman to be their dad.
Okay.
Every kid
okay.
wants Batman to be their dad, excluding Batman's adopted children, who mostly hate him.
That too real, too true.
Too true. Yeah. I actually really do like this dialogue.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very wholesome.
I like. It
I
too.
think that Veronica and the kid get really fleshed out. Like, they don't get particularly fleshed out, but like I get a vibe for who they are, and they feel like real people. Unlike the two other main characters of I Have Batman in My Basement.
Yeah.
And then we have a very sad sequence where Bruce
Batman calls Veronica.
Yep.
Back
And
at the
he
back
tries to
door.
apologize.
But Veronica, I keep my Porsche keys in my wallets. Sometimes I had to go and check on the car, but I know. But yes, I realize. I understand. And so he's no longer. He's been dumped by Veronica due to running away at what she perceives as running away in the face of danger.
Can I now that we've finished up the plot, can I go on a little weird rant?
Oh no, go for it.
So I want to be very clear. I'm happy that Veronica did not get shot. But in between those
It's a
two
weird
pages,
way to preface a
no, listen. This will be between those two pages. like where the goon pointed the gun at them and pulled, and we realized he didn't shoot anyone. My immediate thought was, holy fuck, this is the greatest idea for a Robin origin story of a kid who went on, like, he went with his mom and her boyfriend Bruce Wayne. Then the mom gets shot, like what happened to Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne was there. That's instant Robin.
That is some good Robin stuff.
Yeah,
That'd be a
that
cool
could be
Robin.
cool.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Thankfully, this kid's not a Robin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for him, yeah, that's great. And it still makes a good, like the way I have no regrets with the direction they went with this.
Oh yeah, I agree. This is just a weird little corner of my mind was like,
Yeah,
kid's gonna be Robin.
Robin watch could have happened. It was inches away from happening.
Yeah. Batman is scary in this. He gets kind of scary when he's tracking down, not when he's tracking down the guy, but in the
When he's
confrontation.
confronting him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during the confrontation. It's a little bit tense. We don't see anything going on in his head. It's just silence on his part, and then he drops the guy, and then he starts talking. But that initial confrontation, I feel, is very tense.
You want to do favorite panel?
Yeah.
Okay,
I do.
do it.
Do it?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta look for my favorite.
Can you walk? You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk of favorite panel?
I'm walking right now. I'm walking so hard. I'm trying to decide.
Did already. You know, I'll go first because I actually did already talk about mine. It is page 18, the first panel of Harvey Dent looking like a weird. He looks. I already said looks different in every panel. He's just like, thanks, Bats. Leave him with me. I'll put the solid citizen in the back of the car and take him downtown. And he's
Wait.
like, what?
Harvey Dent's in this?
He said
Did I say Harvey Dent
he
again?
said Harvey Dent again.
Holy shit! What is
He said
going
Harvey Dent
on?
again.
It's Harvey Bullock. Isn't it funny how his name sounds like bollocks?
I never thought of that.
We should review like an episode of Gotham at some point because he's a high point of that show.
That's actually
Okay.
true.
Okay, we can do it. We're contractually bound to do it eventually.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Quinn, what's your favorite panel?
Oh, definitely the part where he shatters the window and we
It's
see
a great
the first. That's a fantastic panel. I just want to go over some things that I didn't initially address in this panel. I like how the glass kind of shatters beyond the edges of the panel in some parts to give it sort of like a 3D effect.
Yeah.
I think that works very well. Of course, I love all of the goon faces. Very distinct.
Yes.
One, of course, main goon, outright terror. In the background, there's a guy who looks less terrified and more like surprised.
The guy all the way in the back
Yep.
is so good.
There's a guy with his gun raised, and he's just got like a little fucking derpy face. He got his little hat, and I love how you can see Batman's shadow in the glass right behind him.
You can?
Yeah, look, you can
What?
see the shadow.
Oh
of
my
the
god,
panel.
you can! I was looking at the wrong piece of glass. I was like he shattered that window. You can't
Yeah.
see anything in it.
Well, you can see the shadow of his leg.
I don't think you can. I think
No,
you're
that's
wrong
just
about
that's
that.
no, that's just the
That's just the
like,
framework of
that's
the
just the
window.
frame of the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's a very well drawn panel. Lots of detail. I like it. What about you, Jack? What's your favorite panel?
Okay, I may be cheating a little bit because my favorite panel is not actually a panel.
What?
Is that okay?
Is it one of the letters columns?
So at the end of the comic, at least on my
God damn
version,
it.
there's some letters columns, like
yes.
people writing letters to the editors, and I want to give a shout out to someone who is a small hero to me, and that is Jennifer Wand from Newton, Massachusetts. This comic was released in between seasons 2 and 3 of Batman the Animated Series. And Can I just read out verbatim what Jennifer has?
Yes.
Dear Bat fans, I'm writing to try to reach fans of the Adventures of Batman and Robin television show. The show has not been renewed for a third season, but Warner Bros. Has been counting the number of letters they receive asking to save the show. Fans of the series on the internet have recently started a mail campaign to keep Batman on patrol, and I'd like to invite readers of the Batman Adventures to join us. Here's what to do. Write a letter saying you want 3 seasons, write keep Batman on patrol on the top of your letter and on the envelope, and then send it to the address of Warner Brothers. And with our support, we could save our favorite show. If you have questions, etc., etc. Guys, they did it. They saved it.
I don't think it was.
They did it.
I don't think it was them.
We would not have a third season of Batman the Animated Series.
There's no way enough people read this for that to be the pervasive thing, and not just the fact that people love the show.
Well, it says that Warner Bros. Did not renew it for a third season, but they were counting the number of letters they received.
I'm happy that our usual scans don't, because every comic has a letters column. I'm happy our usual scans don't, because I've read all of these, and like every single one almost sent me down a different rabbit hole.
There's a lot.
There would be every episode would be an hour longer if we could talk about the letters column.
I just wanted to shout out this one. I won't talk about any of the others.
Yep.
But
I
want to shout out Jennifer. I want to. Oh, please give yours. I just want to shout out.
Okay. Welcome to our new segment, favorite letters column.
Favorite letters column.
Quit and go.
Great segment.
I'm going to actually. I want to denounce Gene Papa from Hammond, Indiana, as he does refer to Talia as Batman's true love.
So bad take.
Fuck you. That's not true. His true love is his work.
Real.
Fighting crime. But issue 29 of this series is actually very good. I'd recommend it thoroughly.
That's what these letters are responding to, is issue 29.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll shout out.
Okay.
Even if you disagree with his opinion, thank you for writing in, Gene Papa from Hammond.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a favorite letters column because it's a dumb thing to have. So I guess we're moving on to Shwarbage. Quentin, me, Jack. Did I make Jack go last both times?
Yeah,
Whatever. Suck up. Take it, Jack.
I will.
Yeah. Schway, I absolutely adore this. This is like a soft spot. I would say that this is in the realm of Mayhem of the Music Meister, of like formative Batman media that I experienced very early on in my childhood, and really sort of went to influence my palette for Bat media moving forward. I've always really liked the down-to-earth sort of more Batman or Bruce-centric stuff, where it mixes the consequences of living his double life with crime fighting. Yeah, and it's I adore this story. I adore this series. I think that it is thoroughly Schway.
I think the story presented here, the ideas, the themes, like this concept is fantastic. Page 2, background guys look wild. Page 3, Veronica's nose is missing. Page 5, the kid's head is massive. Like I hate the art in this. I can't tell. Like you said like it could be Bruce putting Joe Chill's face on the guy, or it could be a coloring error. I think it's a coloring error because I really don't like a lot of this art. I feel bad giving it a Schwarbage because it was so formative for you, Quentin, and also I love the concept, but I feel like can we take another swing at it? I'm gonna say Schwarbage. I think this story deserves better art, and it doesn't have it.
Okay. I think I'm not saying the art was perfect for me, but I had never read any of the Batman Adventures comics, and I enjoyed seeing the animated series style translated to a comic. And I think there were actually a lot of good stylistic decisions with the art, like making Batman's face blacked out in those fight scenes, and as we talked about, these kind of subtle things, maybe not super subtle, but these things with like Harvey's car being parked in a weird way that gives it a lot of character. But I really did enjoy this story. It's a good story about it's short, but it's a good story about like sacrifice, and it takes a good look at like the identity of the character, which is always fun for me. So I'm gonna agree with Quentin that this is Schway. I definitely enjoyed this comic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mixed Schway.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad because I would have felt so bad if somehow Jack was like, I hated this, because Quentin really loved it. So, outro time.
Yeah.
Guys, do an outro.
Okay.
Come on. Our adoring fans are waiting.
So Quentin.
Yep.
I was writing to Warner Brothers the other day, and you know what I told them, Quentin?
It could be one of a million things. What did you?
I told them
What did you?
to keep Batman on patrol.
I mean, I guess that's like the second best thing you could have told Warner Brothers.
What's the first best thing I could have told them?
It's 9 time, baby.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't
Doesn't make
work.
any
It
sense.
didn't work.
Didn't work.
Damn it.
Yeah, and it's 8:46
You gotta
now.
get
so
that.
You
You
did
gotta
it.
get that
Yeah.
organic transition if you want
On-
this to be a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had waited 4 minutes, oh,
Damn
that
it!
would've been good.
Damn it! Damn it!
All right, we
Hey, for those of you at home, it is currently 8:56.
yeah, it's 8:56. Oh, now it's 8:57.
Actually, that's it.
Oh, it's 8:57.
I don't.
Okay, guys, do we want to sit here in silence for 3 minutes?
Not really.
Okay, do we want to sit here talking for 3 minutes so Quentin can get a banger delivery on this?
I think that's what we. I
Yeah,
think that's what we should be doing.
Alright.
Uh,
Anyone got a good point to make, real quick?
I have something I thought about bringing up earlier, but I didn't.
Okay, go for it.
So I said Batman in My Basement is, in my opinion, the third worst episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
And I know Jack and I have a disagreement on the bottom two. Quentin, how do you feel on the Forgotten versus the Sewer King?
I think the Forgotten is worse.
Haha.
I'm a Super King hater.
Yeah, you're with me, man. Forgotten is.
We should do them both and like do an episode where we have both of them.
I would want to die. I would love to do that, but it's gonna make me want to die.
I looked up Sewer King. I don't know what this is. There's a Sewer King website, but there's a Sewer King movie.
What?
It cannot be the same.
It's like
no,
called-
Jack. If you talk about it anymore, we're gonna have to do it.
It's not related to Batman, so we don't have to do it. I think it's a documentary, maybe. It's called Seven Wonders of the Industrial World, Episode 5, The Sewer King, aired October 2003.
Yeah.
The
Man, there really are.
Okay, sorry, Quinn, go ahead.
Oh no, I mean, I was just gonna say that there really are just 85 episodes of the show. That's so crazy.
of Batman
Yeah,
the Animated Series.
Of Batman the Animated Series, yeah.
Yeah.
I
We-
mean,
We've done this is episode 13, and how many specials have we done now? 1, 2, 4. We've done 17, and it took us like a year.
true.
Yeah.
True. It's not quite a year yet. We're coming up on a year. When's our anniversary?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's a monumental occasion.
What?
I think the fact that it took us started out with us doing like an episode every 2 months. I think being like, yeah, we did it. We did a full year of it. Like, yeah, kinda.
But it's still our anniversary.
I think anniversary 2 is gonna pop off.
I mean, the anniversary is January the 8th, which is so incredibly disappointing
Quentin?
because it's one away
Right.
from the greatest number of all.
Yeah.
The number that is now very relevant, as it is now officially 9.
It's 901 for me.
Shut the.